Good morning from Medjugorje. Today we're going to be reading a little bit of a warning from our mother. And it just so happens that it was given to Father Gobi back in June of 1987 in Seattle, Washington, actually where I live. How I receive with joy the cenacle which you are holding here today in the cathedral, with my beloved sons, and with a great number of my children, come from even the most distant parts of the state. I accept the homage of your love and of your reparation. Jesus is today again despised, scourged, and wounded in his mystical body. How the permissive attitude of many priests and of some bishops who justify even the gravest acts of impurity make his divine heart suffer. Precisely here, in this very place, the heart of Jesus has been despised, wounded, and outraged by the welcoming of so many of my poor children, consumed by this terrible vice, and by the public encouragement given to them to continue along the road of impure sins against nature. Impure acts against nature are sins which cry for vengeance in the sight of God. These sins draw down upon you and upon your nations the flames of the justice of God. The time has come to proclaim to all, with clarity and with courage, that the sixth commandment given by God to Moses, do not commit impure acts, still has its full force and must be observed, even by this corrupted and perverted generation. Every pastor who in any manner whatsoever would justify these sins draws down upon his person and upon his life the fierce fire of divine justice. The cup of iniquity is now full, is more than full, and is flowing over everywhere. And so I invite you to multiply your cenacles of prayer and to offer me your lives, made fragrant by the virtue of purity, as a powerful force of supplication and of reparation. I promise you that even now the heavens are on the point of opening up upon this poor, corrupt world to cause the fiery dew of divine justice and of mercy to descend, so that it may again become a new garden of light, of purity, and of holiness. Yes, Seattle has become a corrupt place. Our current governor didn't even mention God in his acceptance speech or his inaugural address to the state. And we will surely get our just rewards as one of the abortion capitals in the country. And a leading, we just passed the Gay Marriage Act, And it's like I have friends that are gay or are not interested in the opposite sex. And there's nothing wrong with that. But it will never be okay to have sex with someone with another man or woman and woman. And that's precisely what the Bible said we would see at this juncture in human history. And so it is. And it's like I also tell them, though, the bulk of the sexual sins are caused by heterosexuals because we outnumber them so much, especially sins outside of marriage. But even within marriage, you can have sexual sins if you take it to extremes. So we need to wake up and make changes, because changes are coming. That was from almost 30 years ago, over 25 years ago. She gave us that warning. They give us a lot of time. And things are going to get crazier as we build up to the warning. I would urge you to start getting ready now. Build up your spiritual muscle through prayer and fasting. Go to church. You hear the church bells in the background calling the people. And even here in Medjugorje, sin abounds. Sin abounds everywhere. People are falling away everywhere. And it's not going to be easier to come back, because then the trials will come. The earth is going to be purified. The sex scandal that you saw in the church, that's just the tip of the iceberg of problems within the church, and within general society is even worse. Our ruling elite are incredibly corrupt. They're going to bring us into a depression, which is going to make us fight even more if we work together, if we get educated. We can lessen what is coming. We can't change it. We're too far gone. There's going to be a lot of blood spilled. A lot. Because they are heavily entrenched. They are the devil's children. I cannot make it more plain to you. And as Bernadette, that beautiful mystic from up in Lourdes in France, she said, I only have to tell you what I've seen and heard. I'm not responsible for what you believe and what you do and how you live your life. I seek out the truth and bear witness to it, and I give you the evidence to support it. You can look it up in the Bible. I've done stuff on creation. For those of you who might think it's not real, take a look at this molecule here. This is how God has us so checkmated. You can do a search on DNA, the divine molecule, if you want to see how God wrote the story within our DNA. And this is a connective molecule that's in every cell of our body called laminin. Shaped like the cross, it works just like the cross. So take this week to get yourself educated and to say some extra prayers. Get a prayer life, daily prayer and fasting. And have a good week until the next time we talk to you. Like my Sioux brothers say, Matakawe we seen, we are all related.